Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel. Hope you're all doing well today. In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to set up two V-Ray lighting systems, one with a V-Ray Hdri and one with a V-Ray Sun. And lastly, if you guys do find this content valuable, please consider subscribing. Alright, let's go. Okay, here we are in 3ds Max. And we are going to be setting up our first scenario, which is a V-Ray HDRI setup. In our scene, we have everything covered with a basic gray V-Ray material, and for the windows we have a basic glass, and for the pool just a basic water. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is to create a V-Ray bitmap. So we are going to go to rendering, environment, and we are going to click here, and we are going to come down to V-Ray, and we're going to click to V-Ray bitmap. You'll notice that in Corona and V-Ray now, they both named V-Ray bitmap. Before it used to be called V-Ray HDRI, but now they're both the same. So we are going to click OK. And that's going to take us to wherever we need to find our V-Ray HDRI. So we are going to find, say for example, this one, and we are going to click open. And as you can see in our viewport, the background has already changed. Next thing we are going to do is we're going to copy this file into our material editor as an instance. And we need to make sure that our mapping type is set to spherical. After that, we can close this window, and we need to create a V-Ray dome light. So to find that, we need to go to V-Ray light, and in the type we need to make sure that dome is checked. Next thing, we are just going to click into our viewport, and that creates our dome light, and we can just copy the same bitmap into this slot over here. We can click instance just like before, so everything updates itself, and we will set the multiplier to 1 for the moment. That's the default, and we are going to have a look what that gives us. So we'll start our IPR. Okay, so that's what we are getting at the moment. It's looking a little bit dark for the moment, so I think we need to go back to our V-Ray dome light and adjust the multiplier to, I'd say, somewhere around 3. And also we can adjust our exposure slightly, which I would think about 1.1 should be okay. And also over here we can adjust it 1.2, 1.2. That's starting to look okay. Move this up a little bit, the exposure, and as easy as that, I think that that's given us a pretty good result. And just to go over a few settings over here inside of our V-Ray bitmap, if we need to rotate the HDRI and the sun within the HDRI, we'll use the horizontal rotation. So for example, if we move that to a location somewhere perhaps behind, it will give us something like that, and we'll be in the shadows. Okay, but I think the value that we had before was good for this point of view, and I think we'll leave it over there, and we'll just have a look in our second camera what it looks like from camera 1, and that's also looking quite nice. So I think that's about it. It's really simple to set up, and the results are also very nice. So we are going to move on to the V-Ray Sun and the V-Ray Sky. So we're just going to close that, and we are going to reset the scene. Okay, the scene has been reset, and now we are going to start by setting up the V-Ray sun. So we are going to set it up in a similar way. Start by clicking into your viewport. Click yes to add the environment map, sky map. And we are going to, even before we start, we are going to already enable the V-Ray frame buffer. Okay, so we're getting a result that's quite dark, and that's because the sun is at a low level, but not to worry because we're going to move it up. And we are just going to select our viewport one more time, and we are going to lock that viewport so it does not change. Okay, now we're going to leave that on this side, and we are going to move our V-Ray sun up. That should give us a better result. So as you can see, the lower the sun is, the more orange the sky will be, and the higher the sun goes, the more clear and white the image will become, just like in reality. And the difference between the V-Ray sun and V-Ray Hdri is that basically the V-Ray sun can be put into any position, and the V-Ray Hdri is stuck in a horizontal rotation essentially. So it cannot go up and down, it can only go left and right and around. But yeah, this is looking really great already. And we can just move the sun down and create a bit more of a moody shot to start off with, maybe a bit of a backlight, and drop it a little bit lower. Move it over here. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, so here we have our final result, and that brings us to the end of this lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed this introduction to V-Ray Hdris and V-Ray Sun. These were the basic settings, and in future videos we will be looking at in-depth videos explaining each and every setting. So subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.